Hey
Hi.
guys, how are you, Becky?
Hi, Cassandra. I am good. Yes.
Oh, I always feel like I need to let you guys in on the fact that we've been chatting for a little while already. It feels so weird to start the video and not say hello to each other and to the audience, but we always get on here and make sure everything's all set up before.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
We had a conversation, but we can also say hi.
Yes, there you go. How's everybody out there doing tonight? Hey, Fran, I was just packing a gigantic box for you. Thank you. And Lori, too. You've got some beads coming your way. Hopefully, you guys got your tracking info. For anyone that's watching that's waiting for their orders from last week's live sale on Friday, we left the shopping open over the weekend through Monday, and I allowed people to combine their orders. So I was kind of hating myself yesterday when I started packing them, and it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 orders from the same person. So like in my system, I have to like manually go through and combine those and like make sure all the tracking info lines up for people. And I am not complaining about having the orders or the work, but I just want everybody to know like it takes a little bit longer to do that stuff. So that's why you guys haven't, if you haven't already received tracking information, I am working through it. So thank you for your patience.
You are the shipping department.
I am. I'm the shipping department. I'm the CEO. I'm head of the bathroom cleaning committee. Like, I have
Head
a physical
janitor.
store. I mean, like at home and at my store. Who am I kidding? But like, oh, good Lord, I didn't do
That's
that.
fantastic.
Awesome. Yes, Fran, exactly. It is the best problem to have when orders are piling up, other than it stresses me out because I really want my customers to not have to wait for me since I am slow at everything that I do.
Oh my gosh.
Not procrastinating, just like I'm physically slow at it, but it's so good to see you all. Have you guys been watching Becky's incredible items that she's been sharing on social media and her YouTube channel? If you go to the top of the comments in this video, I linked the YouTube channel for Becky there as well, but it's on the screen right now. She's got the cutest handles in the whole wide world. Bequito burrito. I love saying it. I just mumble it to myself every time I see your name. I'll admit it.
You know what's funny is we were talking about axe throwing behind the closed doors, and that's actually my axe handle when I did league before they stopped doing it. And there was another person on our league whose axe handle was Soft Taco. She was just this short lady, super sweet.
Taco.
So when we would play each other, I'd be like, "It's time for the combo platter."
That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Now I just want a burrito. I agree, Lori. Becky is so talented. You're getting all the love. And hi, Mom.
Georgia Lady, Lori, Fran. Hi, Mom. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Barbara.
Oh,
hi,
yeah,
Nancy.
I totally missed Sherry because I was chatting away there. Oh, so Becky has some beads on her mat from the May delivery. I keep like having to catch myself because I've been working with the June beads, like packing them, shipping the companion bundles to people who didn't want to wait for them. They just like did them ahead of time. And I keep thinking like people already have the June beads or we're working with the June beads. That's not the case. The June beads don't ship until next week. So I really have to like contain myself because you guys, they're so pretty.
Well, I can't wait.
I know. But May was beautiful. I don't want to skip over it. We've done like 1 or 2 videos already, but I know Becky has some really cool ideas to share with us. So would you like me to? Oh yeah, like here, let me make your hand cam big so that we can see. I never do this right the first time. Literally, first of all, I can't make your hand cam default big off the bat. Yeah, this is so cute. I love the way that the seed beads square off around the cabochons, and those fire polish just give it like this along the edge. So cute.
It makes me think of like just a little thing of flowers with some beads in between them.
Yeah, and that was my whole inspiration for this that last month was Mayflowers and like a daisy sort of color scheme specifically. So
yeah. So I do have a tutorial for that on my channel.
Yes, I was going to ask. I thought I had seen that. Just wanted to confirm. And you used your button from the companion bundle.
It was so perfect. So that's one of the ones. But I have been on a bracelet kick because I also made this with the bundle.
Yes.
So you've got that. And that was actually something that I published yesterday.
I saw it pop up kind of recently. So yeah, it's at the top of her channel, guys, if you're looking for
Monday or Tuesday.
Inspo. You know what? You were talking about how you just needed some like seed bead therapy and sat down to work on that spirally design. And I feel like I could use a little seed bead therapy in my life right now.
Right? Like it's just a little peyote tube. It's repetitive. I also, in my video, I really broke it down like for beginners. So if you've never done that, it's probably a good one to start with. Like I did a diagram and everything.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. You guys, make sure and check that out. That's an excellent type of technique to learn, because it really is like the foundation of, if you want to do bead embroidery, there's a lot of people who do a bezel, what we call a bezel, while they're doing bead embroidery. And that type of peyote stitch is very similar to that technique. So go learn about it.
Yeah. And well, like once you get that down with it all being the same size, you can just do some different sizes and have like, was it Cellini spiral or Collini?
Cellini, yep.
Yeah. And that's just peyote in the round.
Exactly. Yeah, and you're right. It would be way easier to practice with the individual size than to be working with all the sizes all at once right off the bat.
Yeah. And like I used 11-0 seed beads. And sometimes it can be easier to start with 8-0 seed beads.
Oh, good tip. Yeah, I would imagine for people, especially if you have any like sight issues or don't like squinting at the little seed beads as much as
absolutely, yeah. It's like I actually where did I put it?
Dorothy says, I am a beginner and going to give it a try. Good job.
Yeah, this is one that I did with 8-0 seed beads if you wanted an example.
Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. I like the slightly chunkier effect. And you know what? I've got some really pretty like filigree end caps in our shop that would be so fun to use with. Oh, gosh darn it.
Now you're getting ideas.
Project.
New project.
I'm probably already falling down the rabbit hole.
That'll be fun. But I'm going to do a bracelet with these today because I love stud beads. I love these pyramid beads. They're one of my favorites.
I just love a good stabby. Like anything with like a point is just, there's something about it that I enjoy.
Same. It's really fun. But I'm going to be using these and some 8-0 seed beads, some 11-0s, and some of these 3mm fire polish beads.
Yay!
And beading wire.
Oh, plot twist.
Exactly. I'm going to use the fine beading wire because it's a little more flexible. But
you got some of the extreme beautiful. That champagne color is my favorite.
That looks great next to some of these beads too.
Yeah,
so it's okay if it doesn't cover.
It's really funny. The size 8 seed bead is frequently called champagne for its color name. So yes, totally see why that works with that wire.
Just got a comment about my nails.
Ah, oh my gosh, they're so pretty.
Your little zebra stripe rainbows.
Oh my gosh, it makes me want some of that gum. I remember being sorely disappointed. I can't remember if it was that brand or something else from my childhood that I tried not that long ago as an adult. And I was like, oh my gosh, how did we ever like chew on this as kids?
Because it's really hard to chew some of that stuff.
Yeah, like it just turns to like it disintegrates pretty instantly.
So I'm going to be doing two strands at once.
Ooh.
So I'm also going to be looping it as I go. Spoiler alert. So I'm going to pull off enough wire to do all of that. So I'm going to put this around my wrist and cross it. So I've got like several inches on either side. And then double that. So that's enough for 2. And then I'm going to double that again.
I love that you measure things about the same way I do when trying to estimate what you need.
Exactly. So I'm going to just snip this off real quick. The tools that I'm using are going to be wire cutters and a crimper. And I am going to be using some 2x2 crimp tubes and my magical crimper because it's my favorite way of doing it.
And for anyone that's not a subscriber, I'm dropping the link in the comments that will show at the top of this page, like the products that Beki is working with. So as you scroll, like the ones that are at the upmost top of the item list, as of June 11th, 2025. I always forget when I say things like that. Like that won't be the case if somebody's rewatching this a year from now, but these are the May 2025 collection of our curated collection subscription.
Yeah, and if somebody wants to become a subscriber, are you opening up signups this month?
It will be at the end of this month. My current subscribers will get an email sometime towards the end of June, and then it'll be like the last like 3 or 4 days of June that the subscriptions will open up to the general public, like whatever's still available. So I will keep everyone posted thusly in the correct places.
It's one of my favorite subscriptions because I don't have to pick out beads. I just get every month beads that go together.
And it's so funny when I hear people say that. Like, it makes me so happy that I can help people, but it's also just like mind-boggling because that's literally my favorite part of what I do is picking out beads or helping people pick out beads.
It can be so overwhelming if you can't physically go to a bead shop.
Yeah, that part.
To have like just pages and pages online and not really be sure if that color will go with that one on the other page.
Yeah. I think that's why, as much as it's a little weird to have like the beads that are on our subscription page all kind of sequestered from the rest of the website, I do like leaving those things like grouped for people because for those that are shopping after the fact, I feel like it's really nice to just have, a coordinated set of beads available together still.
Absolutely. I love it.
Aw, you guys are so sweet.
So to start with, I'm going to put both ends of my wire in one hand so that I can find the center. And I usually don't use wire guardians with beading wire because I usually use like the medium. But I'm going to use one with this.
Just because it's the fine. And do you think you have about 4 times the length of your wrist
4
around
times
plus
the
a little
length of the
extra.
wrist with extra for crimping.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh, it's my sister.
Sure. I was just going to say, hi, Johnny. Sister. Oh my goodness. That's so funny.
So I just put both ends through one of the legs in there. And I'm just going to pull it down to the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to crimp this. And I've got a little extra piece of wire to fatten up my crimp.
Man, the time that Sarah or Kristen, I can't remember which, shared that tip, the first time I heard it from somebody, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what's going wrong with my magic crimping.
So let's just get that in there. There we go. Hi, Susan. All right. So now I'm going to do some crimping. Just going to give this a smush.
A smush.
And then a couple of extra smushes from different angles. And my first smush was not very centered. So it did not look pretty. And it still doesn't look completely pretty, but it is smooth. And it will still hold.
It's probably one of my favorite things about the magical crimper is that you just keep smushing until it's like all balled up.
Right?
It's like, oh, you don't want to behave the first time, Bead? Take that.
It can cover up a lot of errors.
Yeah, I hardly ever just keep pretty crimp the first couple of smushes. I have to really like ball it up.
All right. So now this first one here, right next to the crimp, I'm going to put 1 11/0 on both strands of wire. That's another reason to use the fine wire, because I don't think I could do that with the medium wire. Okay, so I've got that on there. And this is just the beginning of it. I'll be doing a mirror on the other side of the bracelet, but we'll just do this for now. And I'm going to pick up 2 11/0s on each strand. So 4 total. So 1, 2. Move that out of the way because that is definitely going to catch on that. My 11/0s are blending into my bead mat, I think. It's fine. Okay, but now I'm going to pick up a 8/0 on each strand and then put each strand through 1 hole each of the 2-hole bead. So this one goes through 1 hole, this one goes through the other. It's pretty straightforward. So I've got it on there like that. And then this is the fun part, because I'm going to loop it back around so it makes a circle. I'm going to pick up an 11/0, the 3mm fire polish, and an 11/0, like that. And then go back through the same hole that this wire is coming out of, going in the same direction, like that.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down, Becky.
It's making a big loop. Then I'll do the same on the other side, the other strand. And it's going to end up making a little frame around each of these. So it's just nice and decorated points.
I like it. And I love the use of the beading wire because sometimes you just don't need to have to work with the needle and thread.
Right? Well, there's benefits to using beading wire for some things. Like, I don't have to go back and reinforce this.
Exactly.
It's going to be just straight shot right through it. I don't have to worry about it breaking or burning the ends off or anything like that. But there's definitely things that you'd want to use beading thread and a needle for, like this bracelet I couldn't do with beading wire. But for this one, see how it frames it?
So stinking cute. Oh my gosh.
So it's just really easy, and I'm just going to repeat this until it is the right length that I want it to be.
And what I love about this is that people could go through the different months of the subscriptions and get, I mean, like from any time last year or this year, get the set of seed beads. They would have the coordinating seed beads and then go grab a strand of the pyramids that either match the color of the one from that subscription or another bead that's, in those sets. And you could do the companion bundles of the fire polish because they always have 3mm, or you could just go buy individual strands. But the color choices would be really easy if you're shopping within that category on our website.
Yes.
Well, I am admittedly so grateful to have your expert assistance tonight, Becky, because I am over here finishing off my bracelet that I was working on with Nile on Sunday, because today marks 4 videos for me in a matter of a week. And the one video was the 2-hour live sale on Friday last weekend. And I just have a terrible habit of, like, if somebody asks me to do something and I don't have something scheduled, like on that day at that time, I'll just like say yes and then not really pay attention to the bigger picture of, oh, you have like other things happening. So it's like I had said yes to Nile. I had scheduled out my own videos sometime in between that. And then the live sale popped up and I cannot say no to things like that. So I was like, okay, this is happening.
Oh, man. It can be really exhausting doing lives. I usually plan for no other things.
Yeah, there's like, and I think this is either an ADHD thing or maybe a little bit of a spectrumy thing, but I have seen like memes joking about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is totally me. If I have something planned at the end of the day or like later in the day, it's not that I do nothing else, but like that kind of consumes my like thoughts, and I have a hard time making myself do other things ahead of the thing that's planned. So
this would be a great option for Christmas or New Year's.
Yeah, Nancy's right. Those colors could totally be holiday themed. And oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love it, Becky.
I like how the fire polish beads give us that sparkle.
Yes, it's got that perfect. Those are such a beautiful I have a few colors that are similar in the 3s and the 4s, and they have like this really like brilliant gold reflective part and then some color on the other side.
I love it because it's got like that, some pinks.
Yes.
And purples on that.
And I felt like with all the other, like, I mean, the colors in the subscription delivery weren't like monochromatic, but like I probably had a little less variety than I normally do and really stuck to the yellow, green, and white sort of color scheme. So I liked those fire polish for adding a little bit of like dimension to it.
I like it too. Oh, I forgot to put on my 11s. Or no, 8s.
Ah!
Sorry. I guess that's one thing about an easy project is sometimes I'll turn my brain off and skip a step.
Yes, if I'm chit-chatting during like the live videos or just get going on something that's repetitive, like that'll kick me in the behind too.
Oh, thank you, Lori. Okay. I'm just surprised that I am actually putting them with the point going facing the right direction.
That's such a good point. No pun
I'm very impressed with myself.
I know why, and you should be, because I have that same issue if I'm working along and get distracted from my task with those beads.
I'm doing a little bit of a firming up and tug after I do the loop, because
Yeah,
it's
I've
very
noticed
easy for
too,
it to like slip down.
Yeah, and almost like massaging the wire, which when I do like almost weaving like this with the beading wire, I kind of do something similar to kind of, even out my tension and make sure that everything lays right.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Tina. Good to see you. Thanks so much for
Tina.
watching with us, guys. It's so good to see everybody, and I really appreciate when you guys chit chat with us, because it helps us to feel motivated.
We can keep on track.
Yes. I call it yelling into the void when I think we've talked about that before, when we're just on a video, especially when you're alone. Although, thank goodness, Becky and I have each other.
It's true. It's true. I do usually do like a live on Fridays. I'll need to do a post about this too, but this Friday I'm probably not going to be doing live. Look how sparkly it is.
Sparkle, sparkle, I know. And I'm glad other people enjoy mixing like that super sparkly fire polish with the matte texture of the pyramid bead, because I think that the combination is really fun.
Yeah, well, it's kind of less matte and more like pearly texture.
Yeah, I think some people call it like matte metallic. I've seen a pastel finish, which makes sense if you're thinking of like that art pastel, like the chalky texture. Oh, it was 85 degrees in Jackson today, which is very warm for us, even given the fact that it's like almost summertime. And I feel so good. I'm like in my nice cool office room with the air going and the fan running on like high.
Oh, good. Good. I've got a fan going in my room too, but I also have air conditioning that usually runs year round because I'm in Texas.
You probably, yeah. Your temperatures are
yes,
probably higher
Jenny is my
than
sister, and it has a Y, and she is right here in chat.
Oh my goodness, Lori says it was 95 in Iowa today. Holy cow.
Whew.
Can't believe it's in June.
That's a lot for Iowa, isn't it?
Feels like a lot.
I don't think it's fair if you have to deal with like freezing temperatures in the winter, and then you've got like the super hot during the summer. You got to have some sort of trade-off.
In Michigan, it doesn't get super hot for very long, and the humidity is not fun, but we have a lot of lakes, especially in our area, where like a half an hour or less to like dozens of lakes, that it feels much cooler when you spend time, oddly enough, south of us, but
yeah, humidity is definitely a different thing.
yeah. I just chopped my hair off. I think it was like to the bottom of my rib cage, and I just was like, I cannot do the summer again like this.
Your
I
hair looks
need some
amazing.
relief. Oh, thank you. I was like, it feels so funny to like run my hands through it and like hit the
And it
end
ends.
so quick. Yeah. And it's like it's done.
Okay, but you can go like this and it swings on your shoulders.
Yes. Love it. It does feel really good though to shed that long. I had it grown out for like a couple of years, and it was like getting really long. I mean, I have to credit my salon and my hairdresser because they were keeping it nice and healthy. So that's awesome when that can happen.
I always when my hair gets to a certain length, I start getting bored.
The itch. Oh yeah.
And then
I'm surprised it lasted that long, to be honest, because that used to be my MO too. I was pretty satisfied with the length for a long time, but I needed some relief from the maintenance too. When it's that long, it takes so much time to wash and dry it, and then I'm just dreading it. And I could tell I was getting to the point in the year where I was just gonna like wear it up all the time anyways, because it was too hot to leave it down. So
I understand.
Jenny, you're so sweet. Yes, it's true. A lot of my hair disappeared within the last like 24 hours. So Lori wants to know, Jenny, is that true? Are you going to be live with Becky on Saturday? Sister time.
Yep, and it'll be a little bit earlier than the late night beating. I try to aim for about 7-ish on Saturdays, 7 p.m. Mountain time.
What time do you do your late night beating at,
Central
Becky?
Time. My late night beating is usually like 10:30 my time.
Oh my gosh.
Which would be 9:30 yours.
Still though, that's crazy. That's really late.
It is really late. And so like some of my friends who are early risers will usually find me on catch up the next day.
Yeah.
But a lot of times after like work and taking care of the house and the dogs, I can't get to my beating until later.
Well, it certainly shows a lot of dedication. I think it's really cool for those folks that are night owls or on other time zones.
Yeah, I usually get some folks from overseas who will pop in.
Yeah, I wouldn't be behind you, Becky. It would be 11:30 here. Right?
Oh yeah.
I was like, wait a second. That's not how that works.
You're Eastern, not Mountain. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Time zones are dumb.
Yes, I agree. I constantly am like doing what feels like incredibly complicated math in my head, just trying to determine what time it is to the person I'm talking to.
Oh, man. It's even dumber when you've got places that switch time zones through the year. Like
yeah, like here in Jackson.
in Arizona, they spend half the year on Pacific and half the year on Mountain.
Oh my goodness. Well, right now it's 8:30 here. But we probably we already had our spring forward we might have already had our spring forward. It's so hard to even like keep up with.
Yeah, that's in March, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like that was a while back. That was probably in a time when I was like not paying attention to a lot of other things in life.
Well, all of our clocks set automatically now, so
yes, and that's the other part of it is like the little man in the clock does it for me.
Yeah, my sister's saying because we are a family of night owls. She was diddled over making between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m.
Oh my goodness. I used to be more of a night owl, but I used to sleep later. Like I can't stay asleep late most of the time in the morning anymore. So I have to like force myself to go to bed a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also one of those people that's like grumpy without 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
Work. I got a full night's sleep one night, and I was like, "Wow, how come all of my problems have gone away?" It's so unfair how that happens.
I know.
I'm not tired. I'm in a good mood. It was weird.
Yeah, it is unusual for me to get the full Monty all at the same time. It's like it's usually chunked up into like a beginning and ending part of the night.
Okay, well, here's a pro tip for everyone at home. Try to go through the same hole you're coming out of instead of the next hole over. Because it doesn't work that well. Just pro tip.
Just to remind everyone, we're not perfect.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Same hole.
I might finish this bracelet while we're chatting. I'm so excited. I'm talking to Joan, that works with Nile, and Joan was like, just, if you can get us a picture before Friday of the finished project.
You gotta get Joan her pictures, man.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'll get it done way before then. And then it's like the end of the day, Wednesday, and I hadn't touched it. I was like, okay, this is my time while Becky's showing some beautiful project with other beads. This is what I work on.
We're beading together.
Yes.
As we do. I wonder how many of our friends in chat are doing some beading right now.
Yeah, guys. Anybody else beading? So I didn't know, everybody's chiming in like, oh yeah, Joan wants her pictures. I totally didn't know that was a thing. I was unaware of the phenomenon.
She's not just picking on you.
Well, no, and it wasn't like an unreasonable request. I was like, oh yeah, theoretically. I mean, it was a little while after the video or even the next day. And I'm like, oh yeah, I should have finished that, but it's sitting untouched since I walked away from the video with Nile.
Oh my gosh, it happens though.
Hey, Dana.
We've got other things that happen.
Yeah.
Hi, Dana. I'm glad you're here. My face is throwing my earbuds at my bead mat.
Your face?
It fell out of my ear. It's part of my face.
I was a little concerned for a minute. I'm like, you having a medical emergency? Do you need to call for help? Quick, Jenny. Where does she live? Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
No, we're fine. Oh, doodling and drawing is great. I love that.
Oh, I enjoy a good doodle, Nancy.
Art is fun.
Art is fun. And art is good for your brain. It's good for your mental health.
Soul.
Yep, all of it. Keep on keeping on. I find it's the funniest thing I preach this to my followers and my customers. I know this from personal experience, and yet I will work, and like be too busy to do anything and take downtime. And then I will take some downtime and I will do some art. And I will never cease to be surprised by how much better I feel.
Right?
So silly.
All right, so I'm just trying this where before I tighten it up, I do both of them. Now I can slide my pyramid down and then tighten them both at the same time. Yay. Don't know if I like that one as much. I am bringing with
Hi, Kim.
some of this Extreme Flex Fine from Soft Flex, that champagne color.
And that's pretty comparable to any of their fine beading wires, I think, too, guys. So you could use whatever. I know that the extreme colors have been hit or miss with availability. So
it's 0.014 for the size, but it's a nice flexible wire. It's like this wouldn't work as well on like a 7-strand wire. That might be too stiff.
Nancy has great suggestions.
Oh, a scrap paper booklet.
I have so many.
Days stressful.
It's like every time I go to the art store, that's like my red flag is that I buy a new drawing journal or like sketchbook every time I see something I haven't seen before.
Oh, Kim's making peyote tubes.
Fun!
Like from this one.
Yes! I see some peyote tubes in my future too.
They're just such a great way to unwind.
Yeah, just round and round and round it goes. I think that's a good plan, guys. Beki, so this is at least the third project you've done with this collection. Is that correct?
This is correct, yes. And they're all bracelets for some reason.
Oh, that's funny too.
I'm not complaining either.
No.
I'm not a bracelet kick.
I bet they would all look really cute together too.
You know, they probably will.
Because they're all in the same color scheme. I mean, not every bracelet you made, but the 3 with this collection.
These 2 already.
That's such a great summery nail design. Beki is going to go with everything. And it would look so good with this bracelet that I am close to finishing.
I can't wait to see it. I am just going to test that if these 2 look together. So I've got them on separate arms. Well, let's put them together. Very nice. Oh yes, and my sister is mentioning that on Saturday we're going to do a live where my sister will open up the little bundle that I made for her.
Oh, fun!
It's just a little thing where we started doing it recently, where I went through my stash, my bead stash, and I picked out beads that I thought would look great together, and then put them in little bundles. And she doesn't know what's in it, and I forgot what I put what I put in it, so it'll be a surprise for me. But she's just gonna do a little design on the fly. We're gonna chat and hang out, and she's gonna make something pretty because she's very good at making things that are pretty.
That's so fun. I love putting a good little bundle together for people. I mean, that's kind of how the sisters were born.
You do a lot of that.
I do a lot of that. Nancy said, and then today's bracelet can go on the blank wrist.
That's right. Now that I got these two together, and they do. They look great together.
Yay! Oh my goodness. Like you can tell what time of year it is. My glass is sweating all over because I iced my tea.
That's year round here.
Yeah, you can tell it's like we have major seasonal shifts because it's like, what is happening? Meanwhile, Becky's like, story of my life.
It is a humid part of the country where I live.
Okay.
Not as humid as like Houston, but there was one day after I'd moved here from England that I looked out the window and I saw fog. And I was like, oh, a nice cool day. And I grabbed a jacket.
I'm so sorry.
And I went outside and I remembered that I had actually moved to like Dagobah. It was so swampy.
You poor thing. Oh.
It was crazy. But yeah, I can't have coasters that don't absorb liquid because the condensation will pool around the coaster.
Yes, I've noticed that. I find that very unhelpful about coasters normally too. I'm like looking all over because I did have a pair of wire cutters on my desk, but I must have put them with something else. So I'm going to be very close to finishing my bracelet, but I'm going to have to I'm working with flat mesh before I actually put the other end of the clasp on.
Yeah, you do kind of have to cut that.
Jenny. Aw.
Yeah, well, it helps if you have some ability to look at how beads should be together. Talent versus skill. Now that she's got the skill, her talent is shining.
Aw.
Oh, that's correct, Nancy. Yep. Putting a cold drink on a glass coaster because it creates a seal.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. Sometimes I'll get so much condensation and then it's like certain types of cups, maybe like a plastic tumbler like I'll take to the store with me will just like glide, like you'll set it down and it just starts to like looks like it's moving on its own.
Well, my mom has her own things she already does.
That's funny. My mom was the one that got me into the beading right at first there.
Well, I mean, my mom knows a lot of like bead weaving techniques because my my grandma taught her how to do a lot of stuff. She was a beader.
Aww.
And also my aunt.
It's in your blood.
Kind of, yeah. It is a family thing. But my mom's main interest right now is paper crafting.
Ooh, like curling paper or like collage-y stuff?
Like making cards and things.
Ah, very cool.
She's very talented.
Well, I'm positive since her daughters have so much creative things leaping off of them. Oh, it looks so good. So, since we might not get to the end, would you do a little like fake demo of how you would add the clasp? Just because I know, like, if I'm ending with multiple strands of the beading wire, sometimes I kind of struggle with.
Absolutely. Let me grab a little extra wire here that we'll play around with. So after you get to the end, I'm just going to pop one of these guys on here to show how I get to it. Like I said, I'm going to want to bookend the end so that it matches the other end. So let's just pop this on so that it's like that. And we'll put on the two 8-0s, one on each strand, one 8-0, and then two 11-0s. Oh, wait, one, not two. Remember what you said, Becky.
Do as I say.
Exactly like that. And then it's a little curly because I used it for a different thing and then pulled it out. That happens sometimes with beading wire.
I totally noticed that when you were trying to get the pyramid on there at first.
But it means that I've got a little extra here that I can do this bit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put both wires through this 11-0 if I can. It helps if you turn the 11-0 the right way. Again, pro tip. All right, so where I'm going to add my wire here is I'm going to grab a crimp and then the wire guardian. And actually, this part here has a kink, so I'm just going to snip it because it's getting in the way. So I'm going to put on my crimp on both wires. Slide it down next to those beads. And then I'm going to take one of these wires and put it through the wire guardian. Go through one leg. Around the top, and down through the other leg. And then put this back through the crimp. tighten that up a little bit so that the wire guarding's right next to it. Not too close, because I do want to be able to center my crimp in my crimper. It feels like that's not real words.
Dana, you could see me like staring down at my hands, couldn't you? I'm working on the project from, I did a live video on Sunday with Neelay from Silver Silk. I'll make sure and post the finished picture. I've got to get one to Joan too.
All right. So then I've got my little extra bit of wire, and I'm just making sure that I am not crushing my seed bead.
Always important when you're crimping next to stitched beads or seed beads.
There we go. So now I've got this end here. And now that I've got a loop on that end, I can use a snipping off my excess pieces of wire. So that's how I'm going to end it. But then I can use a, what is it called? Jump ring?
The round guy?
Clasp. Yeah. These things with little split in them.
Oh, yep, jump ring. They have those split rings that look like a little key ring too.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like trying to stare at the screen and make sure I knew what you had in your hand before I answered yes or no.
But yeah, so that's how I would finish it.
Awesome. And those wire guardians, I agree with you. I don't use them very often, but they give such a nice finished look.
You know what? I'm going to attach this as a dangle to my bracelet.
Yes! No beads wasted.
No. No beads wasted. But yeah, when I get to the end of this, I'm going to do exactly that. And I will attach my ring to the other end.
Yay! You made some really good progress on that in short order.
Yeah, well, it works up real fast.
Yeah, I like that people can see like there wasn't much of like a learning curve once you get past like the first repeat. So you guys could easily expect to have a similar pace with your work too.
Yeah, I like projects that have a quick payoff sometimes.
Yes, we need the give and take of that, right?
Or that look more complicated than they actually are.
Yes, that's another great way to think of it. So pretty. Oh my goodness.
It could be an earring, Nancy.
I know. I thought maybe you were going to say that too. I love the idea of it being a dangle in general because it would be nice, like when you have little scraps of the beads that you don't use in a project, to have something you can do with them.
Yeah, and I like adding dangles to the ends of my bracelets because then it gives me something to hang on to when I'm putting them on.
Yes. And I love a good like charm sort of appearance too.
Did I miss a section? The wire is twisted. So when it's actually being worn, it'll be out like that. But right now it's kind of tucking under, which I'm okay with.
Flippity flap.
Yes.
I've got so many designs that are like that. Like if they're not on Like, oh my gosh, such a good example is the one I'm wearing. It's got these like big spiny beads on the back of like a flower sort of motif. And because it's like a pendant on a chain, it definitely gets all floppy.
Just floppy things.
Yes.
It's all okay. I did measure this earlier, and 3 of these in a row, that's about 1 inch.
That's so helpful. Thank you, Becky.
So like for a 7.5 inch width, I'll do like 21 of these.
Such a great tidbit. You guys, we can't always give measurements like that for the designs. It's very exciting to have that information. I'm currently trying to make the world's smallest, all knots are small, but I'm trying to make a knot with the world's smallest piece of thread because I undid the start end of my bracelet and ended up having to trim some off to be able to get it to actually like come undone because I had to take a couple beads off. I just didn't like the way I started it. So Dana has a question. So for our tutorial videos where we want people to have access to these long term, we are doing them on YouTube because Facebook has decided that very recently the best course of action is to just delete any video that's older than 30 days. And they started doing this maybe 5 days ago. So now, even though I have things that I've referenced to people like for bundles or kits that have videos that lived on Facebook for years and years, I don't even like to think about, I don't think I've fully grieved the loss of that content yet because, back in 2020 when the pandemic first hit, I started doing all sorts of things on videos because our store was closed in person and all of that content was on Facebook pretty much. So I have all these, the sales ones, and that's why I did our live sale on Friday on Facebook. So there's still some like Facebook content for people, but those will disappear after 30 days. So for the things we want people to be able to reference back to, like the subscription tutorials or other fun projects, YouTube's really the best place for those things to live because I don't see YouTube making the same decisions about that kind of thing, especially not with such short notice. But great.
No, there are videos that are been out there for like 10 years on YouTube.
Yeah. When I was talking to somebody about the Facebook thing, and it's like, I could see where like storage for content like that, especially like there's people that go live every single day, where that would get, costly or time consuming for them to deal with or whatever it is that's, making this decision. But gosh, it would have been nice if they would have said, okay, you can have a certain amount of storage, but you get to pick and choose what leaves the stratosphere. C'est la vie, but it just felt like, okay, better time to make a change now than later on.
Yes.
Well, guys, it's after 9:00 here, which means we've been live for about an hour. And Becky's given us all these great tidbits. I think I should let her go, probably like have dinner or something, whatever it is that's happening over in your world.
It is about that time.
Margarita, I don't know, something. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And Becky, thank you so much as always for your just inspired designs. I hope you guys are all following Beki, subscribing. I can't believe I worded it that way. See, this is how new I am to like thinking in like terms of on YouTube, because it's, the verbiage is different. Subscribe to Beki at there. I made it right.
Thank you for having me on, Cassandra. And thanks for putting together such beautiful collections that I can work with.
You're so welcome.
I love them.
Well, we really appreciate you making so many beautiful things with them. And again, you guys, if you didn't catch it earlier, we were chatting about the fact that the quarterly subscription registration will open up at the end of this month. So not that long from now. I've got a few other deadlines before I deal with that. So I'm trying to like breathe through the conversation about this. But I'll keep you guys posted on all the right places, and we'll be back with Beki sooner than later for sure if she'll have us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be resubscribing.
We'll figure something out. All right. Well, you guys take care. Have a great night, and we'll see y'all soon again. Okay. Go watch Beki on Saturday with Jenny.
Bye. Bye.